Hello, everyone. I'm Erin Smith. I'm going to be your student's geometry or geometry honors teacher for this school year. So far, I love having your kids. They're really great, and we're starting to get to know each other a little bit. Um, Given the heat and the weather, and possibly just the fact that some of you have multiple kids at Plainfield North, or um, other obviously priorities to contend with, I figured I'd just record a short video showing you what I would be presenting for curriculum night. Uh, as you see right here, this is just our website. I'm just going to go to the PowerPoint presentation. Pardon me, I'm going to move that up just for a second. That is definitely not what I wanted, but I guess we'll just go with it. So anyway, welcome to Geometry or Geometry Honors. This is my email address. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. I'm more than happy to answer any questions you guys have. So just a little bit about me. This is just my family. That's us at actually Six Flags, La Ronde, and Montreal. This is us at Disney World. And this is just us visiting my grandma. She used to live in Naples, but now she's up here. She's 95 years old. I hope to make it at least close to her age someday. Maybe, fingers crossed. Anyway, I have little jokes throughout here. Just to kind of, I like to lighten the mood as much as I can. My personality is starting to be shown to your kids. I can be kind of a goofball. So, yeah, I like weird math jokes or just weird kind of jokes in general. A little bit about my background. I was a double threat at St. Xavier University. I graduated there with my bachelor's in mathematics 2007. Then I worked at McDonald's Corp for a few years and then went back for my master's in secondary education. And just recently, I graduated from DePaul with my master's in educational leadership. This year, I'm only teaching geometry and geometry honors. So we do have a new curriculum that's actually slowly being implemented throughout each grade level. Last year, your students should have been exposed to it if they were in the district. It's Savas, and now algebra. They went through with algebra last year when it was absolutely brand new, so they should understand what the real-life system is and the different resources we use, especially if they're sophomores. If they're freshmen, I will help them kind of get caught up with that. But just take note that this is new for geometry. Last year we were still using Springboard. Pardon me. And this is going to be new. So just kind of bear with me and the other geometry. And if you have multiple students, the other geometry teachers, so that because we're kind of learning this one as we go. One thing I do like to incorporate, though, that I didn't incorporate last year was SAT questions in a Google form based off of what they previously learned, so that this way they can apply those and get ready for the SAT next year. So if you see them with Google Forms that are NHIs or anything like that, it means they did not complete them. So please make sure that they do complete those Google Forms along with their homework, and they should be more than fine in this class. So some important websites to know, Google Classroom. Google Classroom is a great tool, but if there's a way to get around things, sometimes students know how to do it. Please sit down with your student. The thing I ask is that you can't physically get into their Google Classroom. They have to log in to let you see what's going on in the Google Classroom. Please sit with your student and have them log into Google Classroom if you start to notice a lot of NHIs in the gradebook. Just because they hit the turn it in button does not mean that they turned it in. They can hit a button whenever they want, but if they didn't physically do the assignment, there's other things that'll show that. Just hitting the turn in button does not mean that they're going to get points. They need to complete the assignment. They need to turn it. They need to do it thoroughly too. The other website we're going to use is Savas Realize for homework book. The book should be there and quizzes. I'm not passing out the hardcover books right now. I think they have enough weight in their backpack, especially since there's a book online that they can access. However, if they would like one, I am more than happy to check it out. I already checked it out to a couple of people today. Just note that they have to return it, otherwise, you will be charged. It will be added to your account, and these are brand new books. So please make sure that they are taking care of them if they check one out, so that again, you avoid charges. So what to expect with technology? It's highly engaging in the student-centered instructional program. I do enjoy this program, even though I am learning it for geometry. I did teach it with algebra last year, so I have a little bit of a step up from some of the other geometry teachers that haven't used it before. There's direct instruction, there's guided instruction, there's investigative work. There's also a lot more problems than Springboard had. So I do enjoy this, again, a lot more than I did the curriculum we were using last year. It's an environment that supports very high expectations for all students. It's student-centered classroom that requires some collaboration, and collaborative groups allow for a little bit more active learning. Students will be creating a running list of theorems, definitions, postulates, etc., that could be used to help with their proofwriting using Savas vocabulary sheets. That vocabulary is very big in geometry, so I am going to be requiring vocabulary sheets to be filled out prior to me teaching the lessons. Grading policies, this is district mandated. 60% assessments, 20% practice, 20% final exam. The 60% assessment is actually 75% of their 18-week grade, while the 20% is 25% of the 18-week grade. However, when you incorporate the final, this is kind of how it breaks up. You can't add these two to get 100%, add these three to get 100%. So this is more the 100% scoring. So this actually helps show that practice, homework, anything in that category is equivalent to the same percentage as their final exam. So it should be taken seriously. If at all, anytime you want to contact me, please email me first. That's the only thing I ask. My plan period is first hour. So if you do email me sometime after first hour, I try to check during lunch, but I can't always get to it. But if you do email me during the day and you don't get a response right away, please don't. Please just stay calm. It usually means that I couldn't get to it that day, and I will get in my plan period the next day. So that also means I can only make phone calls at the earliest 7:05 in the morning, and the latest 8 o'clock. I have to be off the phone at 8 because students come in at around 8:05, 8:10, something like that. So again, email me first just so we can plan a time to talk. And again, tag is great, but phone tag isn't as fun. So this way we can both be on the same page when we find a time. So if your child is struggling, what can you do? Well, first off, have a student talk to me and have a conversation with your student. Talking can go a long way. If you're seeing a bunch of NHIs in the gradebook, it's because nothing's there. I don't try to do anything. I tell the kids they can get full credit up until the point where I put in the gradebook. After that, it's half credit until the topic test. After school help, they can see me. However, please schedule an appointment so I know I'm in the building. I do coach 2 sports. I coach boys bowling and I coach girls badminton. So come October, I am on the go. It's not that I'm not here, it's just sometimes we have games. So I'd like to coordinate that with your student beforehand. But if they can't see me, the math tutoring venue is another great option for them to attend in order to get free tutoring. Obviously, if there's any other online sources that I find, I love giving ed puzzles for test reviews. Sometimes I take them for grades, sometimes I don't. Especially geometry honors, there's a lot of really good ed puzzles that can help them prepare for a test where they get that visualization and see kind of another way of doing things. That's just there to help and If it's a required one, obviously I put a point total by it. If it's not required, there's no due date. They can look at it whenever they want. And then having that list of videos, Edpuzzles, whatever other resources I find, um, can just help them better prepare for the final exam. Again, this is my email address. Please feel free to email me if you have any questions or if you'd like to talk at some point. Okay, so that's pretty much my spiel. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. And I look forward to working with you and your students this school year. Have a wonderful evening if I don't meet you.